Welcome to Driving Television. I'm Lacey Elliott.
And I'm Zack Spencer. On this week's show, we're having a look at the all-new 2010 Hyundai Tucson.
And we'll find out if the new Tucson will help Hyundai continue on its current sales success.
All of that and more coming up on Driving Television.
This is Driving Television with your hosts, Zack Spencer and Lacey Elliott. Also on today's show, what a truck manufacturer has been doing to drive the green road. The answer may surprise you. It's maintenance time. We'll have our top tips for your tires, wipers, and headlights to stay in top condition. And Acura hopes you'll be impressed with the improvements on 3 little letters. TSX.
Lacey, I can remember a time not that long ago, about 10 years ago, when Hyundai was kind of like a fringe player. They had some okay cars, but the real thrust of making good quality cars was still ahead.
Well, Zach, the thing is, Hyundai is now consistently making vehicles that are getting really high quality scores.
And sales have rocketed. Last year in Canada, for the very first time, Hyundai sold over 100,000 units. And with the introduction of this second-generation Hyundai Tucson, the future looks even brighter.
And better looking, too. This new Hyundai has beautiful flowing lines that kind of resembles a rock that's been polished over many years by water. This compact SUV is arguably the best looking in its class. It's sold in 3 trim levels, with this being the top limited version. It's easier to spot because it has a chrome grille and larger 18-inch wheels. All others get 17-inch wheels with wheel covers or alloys.
Hyundai has a 1-2 punch in the compact SUV market. They have this Tucson and they have the slightly larger and very popular Hyundai Santa Fe. Now, their sales have shown that most people bought the 4-cylinder and didn't take the V6 option. So for the second generation, they've dropped the V6 altogether. There's probably another reason for it, too. Those few people that did go for the V6 probably stole sales away from the bigger Santa Fe.
Keep it real, keep it real.
Confusing things more, this new Tucson is longer, wider, and only slightly shorter than the outgoing model, which makes it a cheaper and only slightly smaller alternative to the Hyundai Santa Fe.
A major appeal for buying a Hyundai has always been the value. Hyundai offers a lot of features for a lot less money than the competition. They've also been very smart. They've offered convenience features that a lot of other companies are only offering on the higher trim levels, but they're offering them as standard equipment. For example, all models come Bluetooth equipped. In comparison, on a $160,000 Porsche, Bluetooth is an option. Now take that, Porsche. In addition, a USB jack comes standard, as does radio controls on a steering wheel. The model I think most buyers will choose is the middle-of-the-road GLS. It includes heated seats, telescopic steering, sat radio, upgraded stereo and interior, along with alloy wheels.
So what does a Hyundai Tucson cost? Well, the base model, $23,000. The middle trim GLS, $27,000, and this fully maxed out one, Lacey, with the nav, with the big sunroof, the bigger 18-inch wheels, $34,000. Most people will go for the middle GLS, and I recommend it because you get heated seats, you get the softer touch dashboard, and it really looks excellent in here. Plus, the design is as good looking as the outside.
Even though the Tucson is only offered with a 4-cylinder engine, it's quite okay. You've got a powerful engine that actually has more output than the outgoing V6. It's a 2.4-liter unit with 176 horsepower and 168 pound-feet of torque. The combination of good power and a quiet interior make this Tucson a surprisingly sophisticated-feeling vehicle. If you're like me and you want to do all of the shifting yourself, the Tucson is one of the only vehicles in this class to have a manual transmission available on the base model. Otherwise, all of the other trim levels come with a 6-speed shiftable automatic. That being said, the vehicle does a great job of shifting gears itself, making sure you get the most performance and efficiency out of the engine. The front-wheel drive automatic uses 9 liters per 100K in the city and just 6.3 liters on the highway. That works out to 31 miles per gallon in the city and 45 on the highway. This is right up with the best in this class for economy, including the Chevy Equinox, Nissan Rogue, and Mitsubishi Outlander. The Tucson is an absolute gem to drive in the city. The size is very maneuverable, the steering's responsive, the seats are comfortable, you've got good power from the engine. This is just another product from Hyundai that I enjoy driving.
What I particularly like about this Tucson is the way that they've been able to achieve a European sort of handling. It doesn't have that soft, typical North American feel. The steering is quite firm and sometimes even heavy, and the suspension has great feedback to the driver. There is a note, though, if you drive over bumpy roads, the suspension can feel a little bit choppy. The Tucson is sold with front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Canadians who live in urban areas usually do the sensible thing and opt for front-wheel drive, knowing that the all-wheel drive option can be overkill. However, the all-wheel drive on the Tucson runs mostly in front-wheel drive mode and only sends power to the rear wheels when needed. This system can also be locked to secure an even 50-50 split in torque front to back. So driving along in this Tucson Limited, I got a navigation system here, huge panoramic sunroof, sitting on beautiful leather seat, nice soft touch materials on the dash, and I'm thinking to myself, this doesn't look and feel like a Hyundai. This looks like a vehicle from a much higher-end car company, but it's Hyundai. The only complaint, I say it all the time, the driver's seat doesn't go low enough. If they could sort that out, I'd be set. It's obvious that Hyundai is trying to make their vehicles well-made. And the best way to do that is to literally make them feel back to the driver like the vehicle is one solid, precise piece of machinery. Mission accomplished.
So Zach, do you think that this new Tucson is going to keep Hyundai on their current sales track?
Well, I absolutely do. And you know what, sales of it have already been very brisk. And there's a lot to like with this vehicle. For me, I think the styling is spectacular. I think it's the best looking compact SUV in the market. The inside is really nice if you get the GLS or higher trim. It is good value, and that's what Hyundai brings to the table. And you know what, Lacey? I like the size. A lot of people would say, well, I'm not going to look at the Tucson. I'm going to right to the Santa Fe because it's a little bit bigger. But you know what? As many families or even retired people or single people or a young couple, they don't need all of the capacity of a bigger SUV to run about the city and do their day-to-day chores. This vehicle is perfect. It's got just enough cargo space to get to the grocery store and do chores like that. Plus, it's got a nice, thrifty four-cylinder engine. That's all great stuff. And on the downside, Lacey, you can go back online and watch all the reviews I've done for Hyundai, and I usually have the same common complaint. The driver's seat doesn't go low enough. Sure, they've made it go high enough for shorter people, but it doesn't go low enough for tall people. I've said this to Hyundai when I've had a chance to talk to them over and over, and they don't seem to fix it. Other than that, I don't think there's anything wrong with this vehicle. Lacey, what do you think?
Well, you know what, Zach, I agree with you on the styling. I absolutely love how this vehicle looks this year. I actually parked it right next to one of the older Tucsons, and when you put the two of them together, this one is absolutely gorgeous. It's got amazing fuel economy, actually some of the best in this class, and the engine. I was a little surprised that they weren't going to be offering a V6, but this little engine pleasantly surprised me. On the downside, I got nothing, actually, Zach, nothing. I'm really impressed with this Hyundai.
Because you're 5'7" and the seat isn't an issue.
It works.
Can't get enough of the new Hyundai Tucson? Then go to drivingtelevision.com for our web-only segments or to see the entire review again. After the break, what have truck manufacturers been doing to drive the green road? The answer may surprise you. It's maintenance time. We'll have our top tips for your tires, wipers, and headlights to stay in top condition. And Acura hopes you'll be impressed with the improvements on 3 little letters. TSX.
Have you tried Sync?
Sync is an in-car entertainment,
Information.
bring everything together system from Ford and Microsoft.
Sync works with my phone, my MP3 player.
My music,
It's voice activated.
hands-free,
It even reads my text messages to me. It's magic.
magic.
Sync is available in almost every Ford vehicle.
And guess what?
No fees.
No subscription.
It works with my stuff.
So simple.
I'm so connected. If you haven't seen this lineup, you haven't seen Ford.
As a mechanic, I tell my family, my friends, if you want a car you can count on, get a Toyota. The craftsmanship, the value, the fact that I rarely see them in my shop.
Protect yourself at home and on the road with Scotia Life Financial's home and auto insurance program. For a free quote, please call 1-866-816-4533. or visit ScotiaLifeFinancial.com/driving.
I teach theater, so quite honestly, I have enough drama in my life already. And in a car, what I'm looking for is reliability. I've been driving a Toyota for 10 years now. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Soccer games,
Road trips,
the beach, the cottage.
barbecue season. Summer is a great time to buy a Toyota.
You can finance it, you can lease it.
All at great rates.
What is Duracell Smart Power today? At Iowa Lakes Community College, students are learning how to keep wind turbines working. And to keep them safe, the only battery they trust in their high-voltage meters is a Duracell rechargeable. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
Hello, Mother Nature here. I've been thinking about your monthly gift. How do you feel about Dutch Rabbit?
Tampax Pearl's new leak guard design adapts to sudden changes in flow for more leak-free periods than the next leading brand, so you can outsmart Mother Nature.
Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile.
Want to help them pack less? Give them the laptop that packs more. The new Dell Inspiron 15R with Windows 7 Home Premium, featuring Shake, a new way to focus on exactly what you need. More features, more support. Just $549. Experience the Dell difference. Call or click and chat today.
Rookie Blue has GlobalTV.com under arrest.
Okay, so we're on it.
Test your policing skills with the Training Beat. Check out behind-the-scenes action with the Striker Report. And catch up with full episodes weekly. Get the complete Rookie Blue experience at GlobalTV.com.
Driving a car like this Toyota Yaris will definitely help you use less fuel, and it will help you drive the green road. But a small car like this isn't always practical, especially for people who need their vehicles to work for them. So what about pickup truck owners? The harsh reality is that pickup trucks are needed by all kinds of people, from farmers to contractors to people who enjoy towing recreational vehicles. Trucks are not going away, but they'll have to continue to improve their efficiency just like they have over the past few years. And there have been some significant changes. One area that is important is weight savings. A vehicle like the Toyota Tacoma has a plastic composite bed, which is just as strong as steel, but is lighter. The engines are also better. The kind of technology that's been used in passenger cars is employed on trucks. Variable valve timing on both the intake and exhaust provides the torque that pickup owners need, yet it makes the engine more efficient. With precise manufacturing, there's less friction of the moving parts. The oil weights are adjusted, and each part has less mass, which produces less drag on the engine. The same is true for things like the air conditioning and alternator. By reducing the amount of load on the engine, you improve efficiency. One of the single greatest advancements in pickup truck efficiency is the introduction of 6-speed automatic transmissions. By switching to a 6-speed truck, the owner feels an improvement in acceleration, quicker response, fuel economy, and lower revs on the highway. This also makes the truck quieter. By having more gears in the transmission, this also reduces the need to change the gear ratio in the differential when ordering a truck. Pickup trucks serve many masters, and often the need to actually have a truck outweighs any efficiency concerns. So think about this. A newer truck with all the latest engine advancements will make a huge difference. But the most important thing to keep in mind is to try to find one with a 6-speed automatic transmission. The green road will be paved one pickup truck load at a time. Remember that every episode that we have ever done lives online at drivingtelevision.com.
Ensure you're prepared is brought to you by Scotia Life Financial's Home and Auto Insurance Program.
There are some easy ways to maintain your vehicle to ensure you're prepared for any driving condition. Let's start with your tires. The Rubber Association of Canada claims that 70% of Canadians have at least one tire over or underinflated by 10%. So, Anne, with that in mind, what does Scotia Life Financial recommend that Canadians do to maintain their tires?
Well, Zach, given that your tires are the only thing connecting your vehicle to the roads, the condition of your tires cannot be underestimated. So let's start with tire pressure. The number you see on the side of the tire is the maximum pressure for that tire, not for your vehicle. Look for the vehicle-suggested tire pressure on the inside of the driver's door, in the glove box, and in